Welcome to the Midnight American. Here we go. An alleged murderer, Shannon Brandt, 41, released on bail after intentionally mowing down Cayler Ellingson over a political dispute. Hey, guess which one was the evil MAGA propagandist, the one that's out there, that's the domestic terrorist, Justin? Guess
Out
which
of these
one?
two guys here?
Yeah. Which one do you think? Which one do you think is the evil MAGA Republican? Which one do you think?
I think this is the evil MAGA Republican.
And
the clean-cut guy that's taking care of himself.
He was run down by the virtuous, ever virtuous liberal.
Oh, there's the liberal.
There, you know what? There's the poster child liberal, okay? If you are on the left right now, there is your poster child. That's what they should have. When they have a description in Webster's of what is a liberal, no, go back to it. No, he's a wonder. I really want people to see. There's your boy. There he is, 41 years old. Shannon Brandt he got into a political argument with this guy, Cayler. And let's go ahead and go down and see what he says. He says right here.
Oh, right, this one.
Yeah. And they say he's accused. No, he's not accused. He literally admitted to it, okay? Because Cayler Ellingson was a Republican extremist, okay? And he had to take care of business, okay? Because that's what we do now to extremist Republicans. Go on down. Let's see what they said here. That says court documents 2:35 Sunday morning. 41-year-old Shannon Brandt called 911 to report that he had hit a pedestrian. Of course, the pedestrian is Cayler, because he was threatening him. So I'm assuming that he's saying that Cayler was threatening him. Although there was a phone call where Cayler called his mom and said he was being chased, actually, by this Shannon Brandt, okay? So she got a phone call just prior to him getting mowed down. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Okay? Let's go over to the other link that we have on this, because he was let out on $50,000 bond. Just let out. The guy went and murdered another human being. Let's take the politics out of it. Got in an argument, a political argument, which already, now you're talking about ideology. You're talking about something where you are placing a judgment on someone else. This is a hate crime right out of the gate. Hate crime. I hate this guy for what he believes, and runs him down. Ellington's parents told police they knew Brandt, but they did not believe that their son did. So Ellington's mother described, now see, that's something weird. Something weird is going on there. Okay, Ellington's mother described how she was on her way to pick up her son from McHenry, and when he called her, okay, and he said that he or they were chasing him, so he was being chased, and she could no longer reach him after that. That's because he was dead. Going down a little bit further, because Brandt admitted to consuming alcohol prior to the incident, so he was not just driving and running people down, but he was drunk, and admitting to striking him with his car because he had a political argument, literally admitting to the fact that he was having a political argument and taking care of business, I guess. Let's go over to the part where he comments on, I guess, his version of what happened here and coming from his point of view. Now, this is a very important thing, I think, that we need to go up just above this, above the picture there. There's your hometown hero. There's your guy. There's your guy, leftist. There he is. There's your friend. There's your best buddy. There's the ideal leftist right there. Picture perfect. Now, you might say, he did the business, though. We should celebrate him. We should have a holiday for this guy because he took care of a MAGA supporter, right? But let's go above where he talks a little bit about this. It's not just the way he looks. It's not just his actions, but it's where his mind is at. Shannon, 41, spent just days in a Stuntsman County jail on criminal charges related to the death of 18-year-old Cayler Ellingson before he posted his $50,000 bond and was released according to county jail records. If this guy would have been a conservative, do you think he would have been released? If he'd have run down some
He'd be in solitary
leftist?
confinement, never seen the light of day again, is where he would be.
He was charged with vehicular homicide and leaving the scene of the accident. He goes down here at the bottom, going to move it up a little bit. He says, I don't understand the differences. He told the judge during a Monday court hearing before he was released, according to the video footage. Me not understand. Me not know what me do. Okay, Brandt objected to the bail amount, saying he was not a flight risk. He literally objected to the bail amount. Okay, $50,000 for killing someone intentionally. Go ahead, keep going down. This is the world you live in. This is why this has to be brought to the forefront, man. So what does he say? What does Brandt say? I have a job, a life, a house, and things that I don't exactly want to see go by the wayside. Oh, do you? Does this sound like the most self-centered, narcissistic way that anyone could possibly think? I just ran over somebody, just ended somebody's life, okay? But don't hold me in here. If I have a job and a life. Yeah, you have a life, don't you? Don't you? You know who doesn't have a life?
Yeah, Cayler Ellingson.
Yeah, Cayler.
Ellingson.
Yeah. Is it Ellingson?
Yeah. Ellingson.
Ellington or
No,
Ellingson?
it's an S.
I have Ellington here, but I guess it's Ellingson. I'm sorry. Yeah, he says, I have a family that are very important to me. Oh, do you? Do you? Gosh, well, I guess it's all about you, and here's where I have a real problem. This is where the left ideology is. This is why, in my opinion, we have a real problem in the United States right now with division, okay, with hate, with and mostly self-awareness. This guy has no self-awareness whatsoever. None. But you see this with the left, and you see this in America with the division right now. We may not be the perfect country, dude, okay? Or maybe we are. I think actually we are a pretty damn good country, all things considered. But there is this side of thinking. Let's just call it that. We don't have to call it names. We don't have to give labels to everything. Let's just say there's this narcissistic side that thinks the world owes me everything. And I have no fault. I can be any way I want, whoever I want, act any way I want, kill anyone I want, I guess. And it really comes down to how this affects me and not how I affect the world. And then there's the other side, that when they hear themselves called racist, when they hear themselves called domestic terrorists, when they see that the country is falling apart, they take a step back and they ask themselves, what can I do to better things? What have I done here to maybe make things as bad as I can? They take a personal responsibility for things and know that the better that they are in the world, the better world that they create. And this is a real easy target to pick on, because you know that whenever you're a person who blames other people for everything that's going on in your life, who do you go after? Well, you go after someone who actually will take self-responsibility and take a step back and go, well, am I doing things, am I being selfish here? Am I being racist? Am I being homophobic? No, you're not. You're being used by people who don't give a damn. They don't care. Because the world centers around them, and they want you and the rest of the world to serve them in every way. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. If I need a safe space. I need someplace where I can be who I want to be.
Gender affirming care, I believe.
Affirming care. Yeah. Yes. Gender affirming care. Everything's affirming now. We have to affirm every person throughout the whole structural process of their lives. Nobody can just go and grow naturally and mature naturally and then make adult decisions. We have to take away everyone's instincts at a very young age, where you say, man, this is weird. This is strange. This doesn't feel right. Well, that's okay, darling. We'll make you feel right with it. And it's sad. It's sad that I can't see that connective tissue going on right now. okay, that unity with such a self-centered, narrow-minded, narcissistic center that other people carry, where they can literally run someone over with their car and then say, I don't understand what the big deal is. Why am I being held in prison? I got things I got to do with my life. I got places to go. I got a family I care about. I got a job and stuff in a life. What are you guys doing here? To that degree, dude, that's your poster child. That's your poster child, you people on the left.
Yeah, in sales we call it an ideal customer.
It's an ideal. Yes, exactly. Biden's ideal customer.
Yes.
For sure. Yes. So I don't see the connective tissue there, and I don't see a lot of unity coming together. So I'm going to say this. Not a lot of people are going to like it, but it's okay to divide, because you're going to be divided anyway. Okay, they're going to call you a racist, and then they're going to divide you. Okay, they're going to segregate you. Okay, they're going to call you the hater, and they're going to hate you.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to be honest, I don't like everybody.
I don't need to understand the backstory of every son of a bitch that does evil on the face of the planet. This is the new thing in Hollywood, by the way. We got to give a backstory on all the villains,
Boring.
the antagonists. Yes, we have to see their backstory so we understand why they're so evil. Whatever happened to the days where you watch Star Wars and it's like, Darth Vader was evil because he was evil. He just picked someone up, cracked their neck. Do we need to know why? No. We need to know the result, because that's what we're dealing with. In the end, you cannot solve everyone's problems. Some people, they are just who they are, and that's living in the real friggin' world. And if somebody does evil, and they are evil, not because you talked me into it, but because I have these little round things in these sockets that can see when somebody is doing something evil, as in killing someone. The reason why you hate is not because you are a bad person. Okay? Not because you did necessarily something wrong, other than maybe allow people to continually encroach on what was otherwise a great country, and encroach on your laws, and take slowly chip away at your rights every day. That doesn't make you a bad person if you're self-aware that somebody is taking advantage of you. I understand the conservative mind. Not all the way conservative, but I understand the mind to where you take personal responsibility for what is going on in the world. You don't blame the world for everything. But at some point, you have to draw the line and have some boundaries.
Yep.
Even with everything I said there, I don't see hopelessness in this. I think that we may need to, I hate to say it, we may need to see this thing hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. We may have to experience some pain with this, okay? And then, hopefully instill some courage and some ambition and some self-awareness and common sense and boundaries and all of that back into this country. Some instincts. So when it's bad because it's bad. If you're grooming children, I have nothing against people who are gay, or if you want to be trans as an adult, you be trans. You go do you. But when you start grooming children to accept things that they're looking at it like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let me read you a story. And your gut goes, man, okay, they're not doing anything bad at the moment, but this doesn't seem right. You know what you're doing? You're letting go of your instincts, and you're letting yourself be led along. I think it's a loving thing to allow people to have to experience a little bit of pain and a little bit of suffering sometimes. You can't bubble wrap everyone in the world, okay, and have a safe space for everyone. There needs to be some pushback. We weren't by nature as human beings meant to be coddled all the way through life. We were meant to struggle against some type of adversity, some kind of pain, some kind of suffering, and sometimes you need to fight. You need to fight for what's right, and you need to suffer a little bit, and you might have to get beaten. or give a beating. I'm not calling for violence.
No,
I'm not
no,
doing that.
You don't want to do that.
I don't want you to go out and do
pacifism.
violent things. What I want is for people to not be victims and understand that sometimes you have to let people know you're serious. Okay? And that's it. And laugh. And just have a good look, man. At the end of the day, you got to laugh. I don't know. All right.
Yep.
That's it. That's, I'm feeling something. I know I went on a little bit of a rant there, but I just have a feeling based on where things are right now and taking a pulse of where the world is right now and what we're up against and watching this first story that we came out with here and just seeing the reaction to it by the media, by the law, by the people, and holy shit, has the frog been boiled through and through yet? Do you know what I mean by that meaning?
No.
They say that you can boil a frog and it'll never jump out of the pot if you raise the heat up just a little at a time.
Oh, right.
And by the time it realizes that it should jump out of the pot, it's too late. It's cooked. And I'm just wondering if the frog legs are done yet. Jesus. Okay, that's it, guys. I want to thank you guys for coming to the Midnight American, spending this time with us, with me and Justin. And, we're doing our best to get these out on a regular basis. Not always easy, but please like and subscribe. It really does help as far as, bringing up the viewership and all of that. You can go over to midnightamerican.com if you want to see more about what this show is about. We got merch over there as well. Is there anything else you want to bring to the party?
I think you've said it all.
Right on.
For this one.
Until next time. Know yourself better than you know anyone else.